The Realme GT NEO 2 is a flagship killer gamer-focused smartphone that provides you with incredible value for money. You get what you pay for and even more. So let's talk about it. The Realme GT series have become one of the most popular selling phones recently, and the NEO 2 comes jam-packed with some really amazing specs. Starting with Snapdragon 870 5G gaming chipset, which is arguably the best Qualcomm processor right now. You get 120Hz of refresh rate with up to 600Hz of touch sampling rate. You've got 12GB RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage, stainless steel vapor cooling plus technology, a 5000 mAh battery with 65-watt fast Superdart charging. And all of that for a mid-range smartphone under 2,000 ringgit, which is just $500. Pretty incredible. For the unboxing, all the main specs can be found at the bottom of the box. Once you've opened up the box, you've got the welcome to the Realme family messaging, and within it, you get the phone itself, a protective case, the 65-watt charging brick, and the Type-C cable. The variant that we got is the Neo Green colorway, which is a super vibrant color. And when I saw it, it like immediately caught my attention. It's like a very, very vibrant color. That actually brings us to the build quality and the design on this. The back of the phone has an anti-glare glass protecting it with a soft sort of matte finish to it. It feels very smooth in the hand and has a very comfortable grip. On the right side, the black bar with the branding on it is more glossy and has a bit more fingerprinting, but also makes the phone look a lot more bold and unique. We also have that slim black line with the Realme tagline, Dare to Leap. So all in all, the phone has a very standout sort of look, and it's very easily recognizable by people around you. You've got the bottom-facing speaker at the bottom, Type-C, and the SIM card tray. On the right side, we have the power button and the volume buttons on the left. Now moving on to the display on this, which is actually really great. You get a 6.62-inch 120Hz refresh rate AMOLED display with a hole punch at the top left corner. The display uses Samsung's E4 luminescent material, resulting in 15% lower power consumption and a peak brightness of 1300 nits. It's a 120Hz refresh rate with 600Hz ultra-high touch sampling rate to ensure smooth and faster response, so you already know gaming on this is going to be a brilliant experience. You also have an always-on display, which has a fair bit of customization, and under the display you have the fingerprint sensor. The sensor is quite fast and reliable and unlocks the phone consistently with no issues. From my understanding, this could be the best display we've seen from Realme so far, and at least given this price range, it's definitely one of the best. Because it supports HDR10+, the dynamic range on this is really great, and consuming HDR content on this looks absolutely stunning. And adding on the video enhancement features, it really makes it a whole new experience. Really awesome. Also, the fact that this is powered by Dolby Atmos and high-res audio, the GT NEO 2 features an all-U stereo speaker with really good sound quality, so it's really great for consuming content on, watching movies or videos. That takes us to potentially the most important thing on this, which is the gaming performance. I'm a big FPS gamer, so the games that I tried out were PUBG and Call of Duty. While gaming, you've got the game space menu where you can configure the gaming performance with things like notification management, brightness lock, touch optimization, and even performance modes. Here, you can also keep track of your CPU and GPU usage as well as your FPS. The gaming experience was quite smooth. 60 FPS was consistent, pretty much not dropping below 58 FPS consistently, with the settings set to max resolution and max frame rate in Call of Duty Mobile, and HDR graphics and max frame rate in PUBG. It was a very enjoyable and buttery smooth experience. Coupling that with the very fast touch sampling rate and the high refresh rate, there was no screen tearing, no stutter, no lag, or anything of that sort. So even though this isn't necessarily a gaming phone, it can very easily compete against the actual big boy gaming phones out there in the market in terms of the performance. The phone didn't heat up much at all actually, even after an hour or two of gaming, all thanks to the Vapour Cooling Plus technology on this. So this is set to give it a peak reduction of core temperature by 18 degrees, in turn resulting in 20% more efficiency. If I'm being completely fair and honest though, it wasn't very different from gaming on my iPhone 13 Pro in terms of thermals and how the phone felt to touch. That doesn't even have any cooling features, but it was roughly about the same. Now, I know this phone is more focused on performance and gaming than anything else, but we can't forget about the camera. You've got a triple camera setup at the back, a 64 megapixel main camera f1.8, an 8 megapixel ultra-wide f2.3, and finally a 2 megapixel f2.4 macro lens. The front camera is a 16 megapixel f2.5 camera. Images out of this camera aren't really mind-blowing, they aren't even very good, but they aren't terrible either. Under good lighting circumstances, you'll get pretty decent shots, but it also does seem to be overexposed more than anything else. The video is maxed out at 4K at 60 FPS for the back camera, which looks pretty good, lacking stabilization completely, and the front camera looks pretty decent with 1080p at 30 FPS. Lastly, the battery life. The Neo 2 comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which supports up to 65 watts fast charging. That's a very decent sized battery as it is, but coupling that with the charging speed, you won't have to worry about running out of battery at all. The provided Superdart charger can get this from 0% to 100% in just under 37 minutes. That's very impressive. So all in all, the Realme GT NEO 2 is a beast of a mid-range smartphone that actually lives up to the Flagship Killer label. And it does pretty much everything it promises and more. So if you don't really care much about camera performance on your phone and you're more focused on gaming, maybe consuming content, then this phone is definitely a great one and it will not let you down. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and I'll see you again in the next video.